Welcome back everybody, let's have a look at CWD stock. We are seeing this stock today actually dropping by 0.1%, which comparatively to what we've seen in the last day or so is not that bad. Yesterday was a relatively good day for the stock. However, in all, we've seen a lot of these gains being wiped out. Still up 348%, but from the highs that we saw just a couple of days ago, this stock was up literally well over 1,000, if not 2,000%. The question now becomes, are we going to be able to see any of this upside return? Is there any potential for this, or is this just a stock which is heading down? Well, over the course of this short video, I'll be giving you all of my opinions on that. If you enjoy these sorts of videos, please do make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. At the same time, remember, this is not advice and I am not a financial advisor. Now we're going to jump straight in, and again, we've got to analyze what's going on. We've seen the stock rise well in excess of $40, right, going all the way up to 47, 48 at these highs. Now, if you're wondering why this is and you don't know, it comes off of the back of the company, and we spoke about this in yesterday's video, essentially buying into Chainlink, and we've seen a lot of interest around this, and of course this has sparked the price of the stock quite a bit. But now we're asking the question of where this one goes based on this. So a few things to point out. We have seen this stock, unsurprisingly, bounce way up on the RSI levels in the last couple of days. We're now seeing this one, yes, still moving up, but the level is beginning somewhat to arguably somewhat level out. That is one thing, because we don't want to see the stock get to an overbought range. Of course, we're going to have seen that in this, this high that we saw back here. You'd expect that. But now the stock's had a lot of time to cool off. Now, another notable thing that I want to say is the fact that we are actually holding on to this $8 range quite well. We're obviously slightly above that right now, but why this matters is because it shows that the support ranges are still potentially there. And this is going to matter a lot going forwards into the next couple of days. It's as simple as this. We want to establish a new base, a new level of support. And again, I can say this as simple as it was. We saw the stock significantly lower than where it is right now just a couple of days ago. Establishing a new level of support is going to be absolutely critical. Now, the next thing that I want to say is this stock is inevitably going to be quite a risky play, or a very risky play. This should go without saying. So your risk allocation and all of that sort of stuff should be appropriately portioned and accounted for when making any decisions. However, now that I've said all of that, well, what are we looking at? Well, like I say, downside is simply about establishing some support. Stock is up by 2% in the after hours, and you're now asking the question of if this actually starts to level out and has that potential of going back up. Now, towards, of course, the upside, well, what are we looking at over there? Well, I think a few things need to happen if we are going to see any upwards momentum. Not only do we need to see those downside levels stick, we need to start to see this trend change. Initial levels to break out of are going to be 11.12, then we're looking to break out of 13.50. I think if this one does have the potential to start running, it may run quite a bit again. Is it possible that we're going to see this one hit higher highs or even go back to previous highs? Of course it is possible, right? People have been asking whether this one's going to 50, 100, 150. Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. But I wouldn't 100% count on it right now. If I was to give my opinions as to how much I think this one could go up, I think we're looking initially for small moves, right? A move above $14, $15 could signify the start of a trend change for these upper levels. However, this is going to be an extremely high risk play anyway. I would not allocate too much money to this one. That's just how I would play things. I'm not going to tell you guys how to play things. But yeah, I think if we can establish these supports going forwards into tomorrow and the next day and into the after hours, this is going to be very crucial. I'll be giving you more updates of how things play out in the next couple of days. If you enjoy these videos, as always, make sure to like and subscribe. See you again soon, guys. Goodbye for now.